when do we do something like that? How long will we keep letting this go on? If we ever want to go anywhere, I mean, there's more people traveling through the town than ever. Where does it end?
The town's not parking.
I agree.
That's what I
Well, that's what we need to do. We have an opportunity. We need to take advantage of it right now. Even for our own vehicles, what's going to happen?
You go to the planning board, so meetings.
Yeah.
You see what's going on.
Hey, what's going to happen? Properties is there. Go park your potty cars on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to pull our potty cars on the street? Get our fire SUV on the street. We put $200,000 on the street. Our firefighters, they go park on the street somewhere. You get a call, they go try to
All
find a
right,
spot.
please
Good
stand
luck.
for a moment of silence and salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whatever that call it.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the Westfield Leader, advertised on January 9th, 2014. Notification was sent to the Star Ledger and prominently posted on the Municipal Public Bulletin Board and filed in the office of the Municipal Clerk, informing the public of the time and place according to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. At this time, I would like to ask everybody to make sure their cell phones and BlackBerries are either off or on vibrate. And if you must take a call, please do so out in the hall. It would be greatly appreciated. Roll call, Ms. Ariana.
Mayor Petracchi.
Here.
Council President Palmer.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
He's excused.
Councilman Matthew.
Here.
Councilman Neerstead.
Here.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Here.
And Councilwoman Tedisco.
Here.
Minutes, please, Ms. Ariana.
Regular meeting of the Mayor and Council held on January 14, 2014, and workshop session of the Mayor and Council held on January 14, 2014.
Are there any corrections or changes? May I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Ariana, communications, please.
New Jersey State League of Municipalities Mayor's Tax Advisories.
Received and filed.
Comcast channel and price changes.
Received and filed.
Township of Cranford ordinances.
Received and filed.
And Roy Valley Sewage Authority minutes.
Received and filed. This evening we have an ordinance that we're introducing. Ms. Ariana, please read ordinance 14-02 by title only.
Yes, ma'am. An ordinance to amend section 21-8, 2-hour parking, section 21-8.1, stopping and standing prohibited, and section 21-8.2, 15-minute parking. In Article 1, traffic and parking in Chapter 21, vehicles and traffic of the Code of the Borough of Garwood, to reserve certain parking restrictions, to revise certain parking restrictions in the vicinity of East Street, Beach Avenue, and Locust Avenue.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 14-02?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 14-02.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please, Ms. Ariana.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Aye.
Councilman Neerstead.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilwoman Tedisco.
Aye.
Okay, our next ordinance is 14-03. Ms. Ariana, will you please read the ordinance by title only?
Yes, ma'am. An ordinance to amend 10691 yards in 10691 single-family residential RA zone, 10692C yards in 10692 single-family residential zone, RA zone, and 10693C yards, and 10693 two-family residential zone, RB zone. To amend restrictions on construction in side yards on corner lots, and to add section H to 106118 fences and walls. To amend restrictions on fences on corner lots in Article 8 zone regulations in Chapter 106 land use of the Code of the Borough of Garwood.
Okay, may I have a motion to introduce ordinance 14-03?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 14-03.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Aye.
Councilman Niersted.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilwoman Tedesco.
Aye.
We'll move on to council reports. I don't know if the police committee has
Well,
Mr. Martin left anything?
no, just the February 5th meeting date.
Mayor, I do have something for negotiations from him. Do you have a separate item on the agenda for that?
No, I don't think so.
No?
We don't have anything separate on that.
So would you like me just to,
Where would we talk about this negotiation?
I'm sorry, I was getting something. What was the question? I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question again. Thank you.
when he gives his police committee report, is that where he would just speak on the negotiations, or is there a separate?
I will ask him when he returns how he wants to do
Okay, he just gave me a brief, something to read on that. That's
Oh,
what I'm
he did?
asking.
it. For now, I would do it under police.
Okay. He, just that the committee met recently and we had a brief discussion on how we would like to proceed. And being that this is negotiations committee, we are not at liberty to share many details of the discussions, and that's all for the report, Mayor. So basically, we're saying
There's
nothing.
no report.
Right.
All right, public health, Councilwoman Tedesco.
Thank you, Mayor. The Board of Health had its
You guys
first.
just accept that was not a report.
No, not really. She said there was nothing.
It's a report to say we met and we can't say anything because it's negotiations.
There's nothing.
Well, I'll just make it all go away. Bye.
Board of Health time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so the Board of Health had its first meeting of the year on January 15th. Officers were nominated and elected. Eileen Kupta retained her office as president, and Joan Van Natta retained her office as vice president. In other meeting news, the flu clinics have been slow this year. They actually have about 300 doses of the flu vaccine left. The Safe Kids of Union County Bicycle Helmet campaign is ongoing. The monthly blood pressure screening saw 23 Garwood seniors in November and 21 Garwood seniors in December. Upcoming screenings, which are held at the Westfield Municipal Building and require pre-registration, include a glucose screening on February 20th and a cholesterol screening on March 20th. Excuse me. The 2014 contract for health services budget proposal was discussed. Per an agreement, the proposed increase to the budget is 1.75%, which mirrors the contractual raise given to the workers in the Westfield Regional Health Department that belong in that union there. There's an agreement that it's not more than 2% increase or whatever the union workers' raise is, the lesser of the two. So in that case, that's where the 1.75% comes from. That works out to a $826 increase. However, I also want to point out that the county is considering reimbursing towns for TB and STD services in the full amount. And if that's the case, if they end up doing that, the health department will share all the savings with the borough, and that would be $1,175 of savings. That's all for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of public health. Do I have a motion to accept?
The adoption is spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Streets, roads, and ecology, Councilman Neers.
Thank you, Mayor. Just two comments. People have been asking about the dump truck. The dump truck actually has been quote manufactured, has been delivered locally, and the accessory components, the salt spreader, snow plow, et cetera, are being installed on it. I cannot guarantee we'll have it by the next meeting, but I hope to be able to sit here and say we have it. And second, Mayor, is the, we did have one storm since the last meeting, and once again, I received, you know, just accolades or positive comments about the DPW and the plowing of the streets. I think we all know when we leave town and go to Cranford or go to Westfield, we almost know immediately when we hit the other town. They do a great job. Just like to commend them and thank them for it. And that's it, Mayor.
You have heard the report of streets, roads, and ecology. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Just a quick question, Bill. Being delivered locally, you mean that's delivered to like a dealer or something?
That is
Or
correct.
a modification? Okay. so-
That's correct.
All right, thank you. Yeah, let's hope we get it soon.
Yeah.
I have one comment I'd like to make. Again, a great job was done by our DPW, and when I got here this evening, I had a voicemail on my phone, and it was from a Cranford resident. And he said, I had to call. He said, your guys did one, this is a quote, one great job with your streets and garbage, the best ones around. So if you could pass that along too. Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Okay, any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Fire, Councilman Matthew.
No report, Mayor.
Finance, Councilwoman Tedesco.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to announce for the benefit of the public that at this time, the Finance Committee plans to have the special meeting of the Mayor and Council for the purpose of discussing the budget on March 6th at 7 p.m. Introduction of the budget would follow on March 24th at a regular council meeting. And a public hearing and potential budget adoption would take place on April 22nd at a regular council meeting. And that's all for my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of finance. Do I have a motion to accept?
You accept and spread across the minutes?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Buildings and grounds, Councilman Petrozelli.
No report, Mayor.
Laws and license, Council President Palmer.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a few things this evening. Tonight, there are 4 applications for raffle licenses. The committee recommends the adoption of resolution number 14-135 for the application of 1 on-premise 50/50 raffle and 1 on-premise merchandise raffle to be drawn on March 26th at the Westwood by Union High School PTA. The committee also recommends the adoption of resolution 14-139 for the application of 1 on-premise 50/50 raffle license and 1 on-premise merchandise raffle to be held March 29th at the Westwood by PTA HB Brenner School. Also, Mayor, the Laws and License Committee met recently to discuss a few items. I previously reported that we've been discussing designating a few spots at Kennedy Plaza for commuter parking. After further review, the Laws and License Committee recommends we prepare an ordinance to designate 5 spots at Kennedy Plaza for commuter. We also discussed looking into an ordinance regarding dumpsters in driveways or in the streets in front of homes. We currently do not have anything in place that regulates how long a dumpster could be in the street or where it could be placed. We still have work to do on that issue. Mayor, you asked us to look into cleaning up North and South Avenue with temporary signs the businesses used to advertise. These signs under the current code by definition are temporary signs. This code is very restrictive to the businesses. If we enforce the current code, most of them would have to be removed. The committee feels this would not be in the best interest of the town nor the businesses. We do feel, though, that something has to be done to regulate these signs for the matter of safety and the plain fact that there are too many and making the streets look crowded. We are now looking into ordinances on what is known as sandwich board signs. We feel this is a good compromise for everyone involved. This will regulate the hours they could be up, the size, etc. Nothing has been finalized, and we're still looking into these ordinances, and work has to be done on that still. Mayor, you also charged this committee with looking into a code of conduct type document for this council. After review of a few documents in our own borough code, this committee feels it is not necessary to adopt a code of conduct, but instead to enforce the codes that we already have in place. Chapter 5, Administrations, Article X 5-57, rules applicable to governing body, and 5-59, prohibited language. Those two sections of the code have language that speaks to the conduct of mayor and council. We feel that this is sufficient if enforced. And lastly, Mayor, you asked this committee to look into the issue of the public comment portion of the meeting. Sometime last year, you set a policy of the public speaking portion with keeping the public comments to 3 minutes. What is happening now is that the public starts asking questions, and some members of the council will interrupt the residents to respond to their questions. This results into a conversation between the resident and council, and the resident appears to speak for longer than 3 minutes. This committee suggests, Mayor, that you set another policy similar to what the county does. Let the resident ask all their questions, make all their comments without interruption from council. When they are finished, Mayor, you can then answer the questions or direct the appropriate council person to answer the question. That is all for my report, Mayor.
Okay, you have heard the report of laws and license. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments?
Yes, Ann, the dumpsters in the street, or maybe Tina, do we actually have a charge for that if someone wants to put a dumpster in the street?
Is the borough
Yeah.
charge? No.
All right, recommendation when you're thinking about that, because most municipalities do have a charge, particularly when you're having a dumpster in the street, because it usually is damage to the street.
Okay.
And so, and the second, in terms of the signs, I understand what you're doing, support it. That'll end up being a land use ordinance change, right? I assume you sent to the planning board at some point?
Does that fall under 106?
You're just 106, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, have we, opposed? Okay, recreation, Councilman Petrozelli.
Thank you, Mayor. At the reorg meeting held January 15th, the election of officers is as follows. Jack Sullivan is chairman, Marion Duffy is vice chair, Scott Kessler is treasurer, and secretary is Debbie DeLeese. Discussion also took place on upcoming events such as ice skating and ceramics, as well as summer recreation. There was discussion on full-day and half-day programs. That's all from our report.
Thank you. You have heard the report of recreation. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
I do have one. I did attend that meeting, as I stated I would, at our last council meeting, and I have to say, the Recreation Commission, it's, a wonderful group of volunteers, and they're really charged with a lot. And I know bringing forward to them kind of a new concept with charging for full-day, charging for summer rec and having a full-day option for parents, one may think you might get resistance, but I have to say, everyone on the commission was very open-minded about that. I was pleased to see that, and they do look, they do seem like they would like to explore that option, and they want to make, the best out of summer rec they possibly can. So they're very open-minded, and I personally appreciate that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Committee on Aging, Council President Palmer.
Thank you, Mayor. The residents of the Point have been kind enough to invite me to attend one of their monthly meetings. I will be attending on February 20th, and I will answer any questions and concerns they have to the best of my ability, and I will report on that meeting afterwards. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of the Committee on Aging. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Library, that's me. I have a report here. report from the library on some of the activities that are going on. What I would like to bring in the future to this is a little bit more about what's going on with the library with regard to the actual operation of the library. So I am happy to report that we have a full contingent. They did lose one member on the board, and we have someone else who's been appointed who is very interested in the library. As far as the activities for the month of February, it's Love Your Library Month. And the library will be holding its 4th annual blind dates event. And what it is that you just go into the library, select one of their specially selected wrapped books, but you must promise to read the first 50 pages, then either continue reading or return it for another blind date. And there will be a brief review form included with the book. Every borrower completes the form and returns it to the library. On or before March 15th, will be entered in a random drawing for an unspecified prize. We'll find out what that is. And this is a great way for individuals to perhaps discover something from a new author, and to or something in a different genre than you're accustomed to reading. Also on Tuesday, February 25th, author and illustrator Kevin Boyce will present a program at the library at 7 p.m. entitled Niagara, and he's going to be presenting a slide presentation on the history of the Niagara River, as well as falls. Registration is required for the event, and that may be done at the library in person, by phone, or at their interactive calendar page found on their website at ucmore.com, Garwood. And also with the inclement weather, they would like to remind everyone, if you are in any doubt about whether or not the library will be open, they recommend that you give it a call before you venture out. And that's all for my report. You have heard the report of the library. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. School board liaison, Councilwoman Tedesco.
Thank you, Mayor. The last meeting was canceled due to snow, so the next meeting is February 18th. They're not rescheduling the last one.
Okay. Celebration of public events and holidays liaison. Mr. Martin's not here. We'll have a full report at the next meeting. Union County Air Traffic Noise Advisory Board Representative, Councilman Matthews.
No report, Mayor. Next meeting in March.
Thank you. Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative, Councilman Valley.
Thank you, Mayor. The monthly construction meeting was held January 15th at Borough Hall. In attendance were the Borough Administrator, Mayor, professionals for the project, and Flanagan's Construction. All field and perimeter contract work has been halted due to the weather conditions. At the storage/announcer's booth, the electric rough wiring is complete. Window installation has started. 75% of the structural insulated panels are completed. Roofing panels will be installed the first week of February. Public Service Electric and Gas began to install the new utility poles on New Street. The next monthly construction meeting is February 5th, 10:30 at Borough Hall. That's all for my report.
You have heard the report of the Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Rep. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ms. Ariano, please read the officers' report.
Chief of Police Bruce Underhill, monthly report for December 2013.
May I have a motion to accept the officers' reports as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the officers' reports as presented, Mayor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the mayor and council? Please step to the microphone, state your full name and address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. There being none, we will move on to unfinished business and the consent agenda. Are there any resolutions anyone wants to read from the consent agenda? May I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is?
I'll make a motion to accept or adopt the consent agenda as is, Mayor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Mearstead.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
Councilwoman Fiscal.
Aye.
Okay, we have. Two here. I see, yes, I'm making sure. Yeah, like a doctor wrote this.
Oh,
Ms.
so
Ariano.
you couldn't follow me?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Please read 14-140, motion.
I gotta read it first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Garwood, County of Union, State of New Jersey recognizes that the abuse of alcohol and drugs is a serious problem in our society amongst persons of all ages. And whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Garwood further recognizes that it is incumbent upon not only the public officials but the entire community to take action to prevent such abuses in our community. And whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Garwood has applied for funding to the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse through the County of Union. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough of Garwood, County of Union, State of New Jersey, hereby recognizes the following. 1, the mayor and council of the Borough of Garwood hereby authorize submission of an application for the Garwood Municipal Alliance Grant for a term July 1, 2014 to June 30, 2015 in the amount of $14,202. And number 2, the mayor and council of the Borough of Garwood acknowledges the terms and conditions for administering the Municipal Alliance Grant, including the required amounts of 25% cash match of $3,550 and 75% $10,652 in-kind match, and the administrative compliance and audit requirements.
May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 14-140?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 14-140.
May I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
I just have one question. What was the amount last year?
Well, what happened was, the county used to be a calendar. It used to go January 1 to December 31st. So in 13, they changed it, so they gave us an extension to June 30th of 14, and then this was effective July 1st of 14. So we got like in 14 you had a half of the year of other money, and then this new money, and last year's was very close to this, and when I went to make this, I changed the number, but I don't have that right here. It was like 14,397 or something like that, very close, like only a few dollar difference. That was a little less, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Any other discussion or questions? Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Aye.
Councilman Neersted.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilwoman Tedisco.
Aye.
And what is this one?
This is the one I just made.
Oh, okay. Okay, our second resolution that was deleted from the consent agenda, 14-141, please read, Ms. Ariano.
Be it resolved by the mayor and council of Borough of Garwood, County of Union, State of New Jersey, hereby authorize the Borough Administrative Clerk to prepare a request for proposal and to advertise for the purpose of hiring a project construction manager for the athletic field complex project.
May I have a motion to adopt 14-141?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 14-141, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I just have one question. Mr. Bernard, is that resolution enough? Do you need to add any language to that? Say something like, and conduct, I'm used to the corporate world and do all things there and to get the same accomplish something of that nature?
It's not on
You'll
the
have
agenda,
it.
Bob, I just wrote
She
it.
just wrote it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
the one
authorizing
that
me to
we
write a
just read.
proposal.
She just wrote it.
It's authorizing me to write a proposal.
Yeah, that's all. No, I don't, that's all.
There's nothing else that needs to be added. I just want to make sure that that's sufficient. Okay.
I just, it's
You
the
don't
same way I
wanna
write them
throw
every
in a
time.
whereas or now therefore.
Yeah, I did, I said be it resolved.
You missed that part.
There you go.
Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthew.
Aye.
Councilman Neersted.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilwoman Tedisco.
Aye.
Okay. Any new business? Move on to payment of claims time, Ms. Ariano.
Be it resolved, the following claims as approved be and the same are hereby ordered paid when properly signed and verified, and the payment of payrolls as listed is hereby confirmed and ratified.
May I have a motion to adopt payment of claims?
I'll make a motion to adopt the payment of claims, Mayor.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Ms. Mariano.
Council President Palmer.
Aye.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Yurchin.
Yes.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Aye.
And Councilman Tedisco.
Aye.
The regular meeting of the mayor and council will be held on Tuesday, February 11th, 2014, in council chambers at 7:15 p.m. Workshop sessions will start at 7. There will be a public hearing in council chamber on ordinance number 14-01, 14-02, and 14-03 on Tuesday, February 11, 2014, at 7:15 p.m. or soon thereafter. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you.
All right. Record of 2014, everybody.
We'll recite that.
Chief.
I don't
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
You have public? All right.